Ciao Juventini of the world, my name is Giuseppe, welcome back on the channel. I hope you are doing well, I hope you are prepared because Coppa Italia is back. Tomorrow Juventus will play in Firenze versus Fiorentina, mamma mia, big game. But also today already we have to follow Inter versus Milan, Derby della Madonnina in the semi-final of Coppa Italia. Guys, before explaining you the agenda, I don't know if you were able to watch yesterday the longer video, 36 minutes of video about the Champions League together with my friend Rabona TV. Guys, it was an amazing video, super beautiful takes about international football. Go and watch it if you didn't yet. But now the agenda, because what will we speak about today? We have a lot of the agenda. We will speak of course about the Coppa Italia, the two games, Derby but also and especially Juventus, where we will focus more on Vlahovic chasing Baggio, Roberto Baggio. What is he chasing? We'll speak about that. The press conference of Allegri, a lot of things have been said, especially about the youth, and we'll speak about our young players, Miretti, Soulé, Aké, Stramaccioni. Injury update, we know it. No excuses, that's a fact, but still a lot of injuries. De Ligt interview yesterday, De Ligt spoke a lot and he said so many important things about today, his role in the team, but also his future. Mercato, Gravenberch, we have finally a price tag, and then another midfielder, a new name, one that is coming back, Jorginho. What about Jorginho to Juventus? Guys, intro, and then we start speaking about all these different topics. We start with the first one, the front pages of Italy with Corriere dello Sport. Are they speaking about Juventus as usual? No, they don't care, even if they speak a bit. But they are focusing first about Derby and Scudetto, everything now. Why? Because we know that there will be the semi-final between Inter and Milan today in Coppa Italia, but they are also fighting in the Scudetto race, because there is at the moment 1 point difference between no 1 point. There can potentially be 1 point difference if Inter is winning their game versus Bologna, 58 for them if they win. Otherwise, Milan will be first together with Napoli, so they are focusing on that. Yesterday, Atalanta won 4-0, all my hopes in Sampdoria, in Quagliarella, in all these ex-Juve players. After 20 minutes, I understood that I had to give up. 4-0 for them, so they are at -3 with 1 game to recuperate. Pay attention, they are playing versus Roma this weekend. And then what about Juventus? They are speaking about Piontek, vieni avanti Vlahovic. Piontek, who's actually saying, we are Fiorentina, let's go. Come here. Coming, Vlahovic. I don't know if he will come or not. Of course, he will be in Firenze. Will he play or not? We will speak about that in the press conference. Gazzetta dello Sport, Derby Grasso, because we are in Carnival time. It is the moment of Carnival in Italy, and then they are saying Derby Grasso. That's how they are calling it. And then you see Pioli and Simone Inzaghi. What about Juventus? On the left side, Effetto DV7. For me, every time when I see DV7, I'm thinking about Cristiano Ronaldo. De Ligt will speak about Cristiano Ronaldo and the effect of him leaving the team. What did he say? Did he say the same thing as Bonucci and Chiellini and Buffon, or did he change the narrative? We will speak about that in a second. But what about Dusan Vlahovic? It is his effect, because Tuttosport is saying that he is chasing the record of Roberto Baggio. What is the record of Roberto Baggio? In detail we go in Tuttosport, sorry. Vlahovic is trying to reach Baggio because he already scored 4 goals in 6 games, even if he scored 5, but with the rule of today, they gave the goal to the player of Sassuolo, so it's an auto goal. So on the paper, it's only 4 goals on 6 games. He will play 7 games tomorrow versus Fiorentina. We know that a lot of ex-players, they did quite well when they were playing at Juventus in their debut. We are speaking about Roberto Baggio. After 6 games, 5 goals. And then you have Inzaghi that did the same. Not Simone, the trainer of Inter, but his brother Pippo Inzaghi that scored also him 5 goals in 6 games. And the same for Müller. And then you have Vlahovic that could have been 5, but it is what it is. We will have to stop speaking about it. It is an own goal, so it's 4 in 6 games. But pay attention, because Roberto Baggio is with Inzaghi and Müller, they also scored 6 goals in 7 games. If tomorrow Vlahovic is able to score a brace, he will reach them. Otherwise, it will be what it will be. More important is that tomorrow we go for the win, and that's what actually Allegri said in press conference. He said, pay attention, the away goal rule was cancelled in Champions League but not in Coppa Italia, so we still have that away goal rule. We are playing in Firenze, so it will be super important to score a goal. Who will be there? We don't know, because we don't have a lot of players from the first team. That means that maybe 4 players will be aggregated for the first team. We are speaking about Miretti, Soulé, Aké, but also the central defender Stramaccioni. 4 players, will they start immediately? Yes or no? We don't know. If I have to give my opinion after watching the press conference, watching his facial expression, knowing how much he said the names and who he started to speak out first, I think that we have the opportunity to see 2 of them starting, Miretti and Soulé, and then maybe the other players entering during the game. Bonucci will not be there. He started playing while he was already injured. It's time to rest, but De Sciglio will be back. And then he made actually a big point on all the injuries, because we have a lot of injuries. And speaking about Zakaria, he will be out and maybe coming back versus Villarreal for the return game in Champions League. Let's see. Alexandro still out for 10 more days. Dybala and Bernardeschi will be out, but they will be back on Thursday, training to be ready for a part of the game this weekend versus Spezia. Let's see. Rugani is about to be evaluated. Will he already be ready for the Coppa Italia to be on the bench or not? Let's see. And then he continued playing, speaking about the young players, the youth of Juventus and the under-23 project that is working really well, because there is a big difference versus the past where we didn't have that project. Now they are fighting every week and every weekend for the 3 points. They are playing versus mature adult players. There is a big competition there, so they are starting to be used to it. We have great players and they are already super great, and they can aggregate the team and start playing for Juventus, but don't put too much pressure on these players. Let them, give them the time to breathe and not believe they are already phenomenal, superstars. We have great players, yes, let them grow. There is a difference between Miretti, Soulé, Aké, etc., and players like Pedri, where yesterday his coach was really speaking about him and saying he looks like Iniesta already now today when he's 17-18 years old. We have great quality players, maybe not at the level of Pedri. Give them time, and tomorrow will be already a big test for them. Miretti, another Juventino, like Manuel Locatelli, like probably Chiesa, maybe like Zaniolo, another Juventino that had some posters of Nedved in his room. All his family is Juventina, and don't forget that he's inspiring himself to Kevin De Bruyne. Mamma mia! I told you already, and I will repeat you. Miretti, without putting too much pressure, he is a big talent, guys. He is a big talent, and I'm sure that tomorrow, if he plays, he will do an amazing game, and then he will be on all the front pages, and he will probably remain with the team, with the first team. We continue, guys, because what Allegri says in press conference, we have to listen. We have to listen and understand why. Because most of the time he's saying the truth. A few weeks ago he was speaking about the difference between a month ago where we were thinking about individualities, and today we are thinking about the team. Look at these pictures. Danilo, Morata, Vlahovic, De Ligt, all of them thinking and putting the team first and then their own interest. Beautiful images, but pay attention, because Allegri said, hey, pay attention, the goals that we conceded versus Villarreal, we slept. The goals that we conceded versus Torino, stupid goals. The 2 goals that we conceded versus Empoli, these kind of things can't happen. It's not because we have a really strong Vlahovic today that we are not sure if he will rest or not, but it's not because we have a really strong Vlahovic that now we think that we will win all the game because we will score. Pay attention defensively, because these goals that we conceded, they can be really dangerous. The team that from now on, between Atalanta and Juventus, will concede the most will probably enter that top 4. So don't expect from now on Juventus that will go and chase and run for these 4-0 per game, because the balance is required. Scoring goals with Vlahovic, yes, but also paying attention and being focused behind. Speaking about scoring goals, Morata that didn't score since actually a lot of time, 18 January, and if we want to go in Serie A, even in December was his last goal. He needs a goal because he's offering a lot of assists, 7 assists for Morata this season, which is super great. He started again entering the heart of the supporters, because we see how much he's sacrificing for the the team, but nevertheless he needs to score also, and especially for himself, to gain that confidence boost that will be needed until the end of the season. I told you that I wanted to speak also about the words of De Ligt before we speak. After that we will speak about De Ligt. We'll also speak about Mercato, so remain on the channel, put a maximum of like, and subscribe. Don't forget to subscribe. Nearly 17,000 followers of Juve on this channel. What did De Ligt said yesterday? And thank you to Julian, my friend that translated everything from Dutch to English. What did he say? A long interview. He spoke about the Scudetto. A few weeks ago we were with 14 or 16 points difference from the top. Today we are at the moment at -7. We were not believing in it in the beginning. We still don't believe, but miracles can happen. If the miracles were not possible a few weeks ago, today the miracles can happen. So let's focus on top 4 first. If the Scudetto can come, or if we can enter that race, why not? But today top 4 is a priority. He spoke about Vlahovic. He said, yes, I knew he was strong. I already played against him. I was man marking him, so I knew his qualities, but the will the guy has is really impressive. What a top player that we both. He's really strong, and the will that he has to become better every day, to do better every day, is really something that we love at Juventus. He spoke about Ronaldo. He said, of course, without Ronaldo, guys, it was really hard in the beginning because you are losing someone that is scoring 30 goals a season. You know it. We know that we were playing for him, and it was all okay, because if someone is able to score your 30 goals a season, it makes totally sense that you are playing for Ronaldo. But leaving in the last days of Mercato without being able to have a Vlahovic at that moment, it actually made sure that Juventus had a really bad start. A start that now we are starting to compensate because we are playing more as a team. We know Allegri better, but also with the addition of a Vlahovic, and that were his words, a bit the same words actually as Buffon, Chiellini and Bonucci about Ronaldo. Him leaving was not a mistake of Ronaldo or so on. We respect that decision, but him leaving created a gap, and you can see it with facts. 2 points out of 12. Otherwise we'll probably be first in Serie A without these 4 games. Even if Juventus is not offering the calcio champagno, they are actually offering points, and that's what you have to continue until the end of the season. He spoke about the differences between Eredivisie and Serie A. He said, in Eredivisie in Holland I was able to play at 70%. My style of game of playing was man marking. The guy, was it a 9 or a number 10, I was man marking, and that's what I had to do. While in Italy there is a big pressure on the defenders. If you concede a goal, you have a 4. If otherwise you are not even conceding because of your mistake, but you are somewhere involved, you have a 6. Today in Serie A, we have to also pay attention to the positioning. Look at the example of the goal that they conceded versus Villarreal. I was thinking that it was good to go on to my man, but probably keeping my position, so thinking more tactically was better. He doesn't want to leave his man marking style, but having a mix of both. He's super happy at Juventus, and that's where he said actually what Fabrizio Romano was actually reporting yesterday. He said the words of Mino Raiola from 3 months ago are really already old. A lot of things can happen in 3 months. I'm super focused at this season at the moment. I really enjoy my time at Juventus at the moment, and I'm learning more every week. He's actually speaking a lot positive about the country he's living in, La Bella Vita, the beautiful life of Italy, but also about Juventus, saying that he loves having these responsibilities, also because Bonucci and Chiellini a lot of time are out. He loves to have these responsibilities, guys. He's 22. He's a future capitano. This is something I can tell you. And finishing with Mercato news in that longer video, we spoke about Gravenberch. Yes, what about Gravenberch? The guy has a price tag. A lot of competition there because there is Real Madrid, there is Bayern Munich, there is also Juventus. 35 million euro is the price that Ajax will ask this summer for the young player of Ajax. One that wants to leave Ajax in the summer. Will it come to Juve? We don't know. Mino Raiola and De Ligt are maybe some jokers to have the Dutch player at Juventus. Let's see and follow that path. Otherwise, there is another name that is coming back as a boomerang every single Mercato. We are speaking about Jorginho that wants a new experience after Premier League, maybe coming back to Italy, playing at Juventus in that role of regista that will unlock Locatelli, putting him as a mezzala. he can come to Juventus with Rabiot to Chelsea plus 20 million. Rabiot is having a really big salary. Pay attention for the Rabiot from March because he's always peaking at that moment. Finishing a beautiful season, going to Chelsea. We give them 20 million and we take Jorginho. Can that be a good solution? I don't know. Maybe yes, maybe no. Let me know in the comment. I want your opinion. I want you to follow also today Inter Milan in the derby so that we can speak about it this evening with a GJustjuve video. Guys, thank you for everything as always. This time on the t-shirt of Colo 99, Forza Juve.